What if the darkest night of your life wasn't the moment God abandoned you, but the very moment He was closest to you? Stay with me until the end of this story, because tonight you may discover that the silence you feared has never been empty. Perhaps heaven has been whispering your name all along. Opening scene. Midnight has a way of revealing what daylight tries to hide. The world outside has finally gone quiet. Streetlights cast long shadows across empty roads. The last passing car disappears into the distance. The stars hang silently above a sleeping city. But inside one small bedroom, sleep refuses to come. A man lies awake, staring at the ceiling. His room is dark, except for the faint blue glow of the digital clock beside his bed. 2:17 a.m. He closes his eyes. Nothing. His heart is tired. His body aches from another exhausting day. Yet his mind refuses to surrender. Thought after thought races through his head like waves crashing against a lonely shore. Bills waiting to be paid. A relationship that slowly fell apart. Dreams that once felt so close but now seem impossible. Questions with no answers. Prayers that appear to have disappeared into silence. He rolls over, then back again. Another hour passes. Still no sleep. He whispers into the darkness, "God, are you still there?" His voice is barely audible, almost embarrassed, almost afraid of the silence that might follow. Nothing answers, only the soft hum of the ceiling fan. He sighs. Maybe God has grown tired of hearing the same prayer. Maybe He's disappointed. Maybe He's moved on to people whose faith is stronger. People who don't struggle. People who never doubt. People who deserve His attention. The thought lingers, and like so many lies before it, it begins to feel like the truth. But what he cannot see is that another presence fills the room. Not with thunder, not with blinding light, not with fear. Only peace. A peace so gentle it cannot be forced. A peace that waits patiently until the heart grows quiet enough to receive it. He doesn't notice it immediately. Instead, he notices something else. For the first time in weeks, the noise inside his mind begins to slow. Not because every problem has disappeared, but because another voice is beginning to rise above them. Not loud, not demanding, only gentle. Like a loving father waking his frightened child after a terrible dream. "My child." The words seem to settle deep within his soul. "You have carried this burden long enough." He opens his eyes. The room hasn't changed. Nothing looks different. Yet somehow, everything feels different. He sits upright. His heartbeat slows. His breathing becomes steady. He cannot explain why. There are no miracles happening before his eyes. No angels standing beside the bed. No dramatic vision. Only an overwhelming sense that he is no longer alone. The fear that had wrapped around his heart begins to loosen its grip. Tears fill his eyes without warning. Not tears of despair, but tears of relief. As though someone has finally found him after years of wandering through an endless wilderness. The gentle voice continues. "I have seen every tear you tried to hide. I heard every prayer you thought went unanswered. I was there during every lonely night, every disappointment, every betrayal, every moment you believed no one understood. You thought I was silent, but I was holding you together." The man lowers his head. His hands tremble. Not because he is afraid, but because hope, real hope, is returning. Outside, the first breeze of morning quietly stirs the trees. The night is still dark, but somewhere beyond the horizon, the sun has already begun its journey, and although he cannot see it yet, morning is coming. For the first time in a very long time, he believes it. Tonight would become the night he would remember forever. Not because every problem disappeared, not because life suddenly became easy, but because this was the night heaven whispered his name, and nothing would ever be the same again. The man remained seated on the edge of his bed. For several minutes, he did not move. The room was still dark, yet the darkness no longer felt empty. Something had changed. Not outside him, inside him. The problems were still waiting. The bills had not disappeared. The silence from the people he loved still hurt. The questions surrounding his future remained unanswered. But for the first time in months, the weight on his chest had begun to lift. He placed both feet on the floor and leaned forward, resting his elbows on his knees. His name was Daniel. At 38 years old, he had become skilled at appearing strong. Every morning, he got out of bed, dressed for work, and stepped into the world wearing the same expression. Calm, responsible, dependable. People saw a man who kept moving no matter what happened. They saw someone who answered phone calls.
If this story touched your heart, don't let it end here. Subscribe to our channel and join us for the next unforgettable episode. Every story is a journey of hope, faith, and transformation. Click subscribe now, and we'll see you in the next chapter.